Hey everybody, welcome back. Northernlion Community Remix. This is the new version, in case you can't tell. You know, it's in very fine print. V 1.2.4. There have been weekly updates to Community Remix. I've been trying to keep up on them. There's usually a few days backlog with the videos, so sometimes it, you know, it overlaps for a little while, but then you get more of the new version only slightly later. You get the idea. In any case, people have told me, why don't you try playing as Samson? Because he starts with the donkey's jawbone in Community Remix, and you can see that down there, just under the name. I was just trying to see if maybe anybody else in Community Remix maybe starts with something a little different, but it looks like it's just Samson as far as I can tell. But Samson starting with the donkey's jawbone, even though donkey's jawbone is like a bad item relative to some of its competition, I guess, on like deals with the devil and whatnot, if it is even a deal with the devil item, which I'm not totally sure about. It's an upgrade for him. A much-needed upgrade for him as well, considering that he is one of the probably most universally hated characters in the game. Donkey's jawbone has been buffed slightly as well, I believe. And it's nice to know that in Community Remix, whenever I want to, I could just, you know, have a run with a melee item as long as I want to play as Samson, which is maybe more fair than just waiting for Mom's Knife to show up and picking it up, because sometimes that can leave you overpowered. But I'm not going to pull any punches here. However we can win, we're going to try to. We may even have a good deal with the devil chance on this very floor, which would be exciting for me. So what's new in the new Community Remix update? Truth be told, I don't fully know. I know there's at least one new item called Black Mushroom. Thought maybe that might be second secret room there. Yeah, there's one new item at least called Black Mushroom. I know that some of the transformations have been slightly augmented, like 9 lives now counts as a Tammy transformation item, as well as a Guppy transformation item, which I think is a smart way of maybe making it more feasible to become Tammy than it is, or at least as feasible to become Tammy as it is to become Guppy, maybe. Because right now it's just so much easier to become Guppy than it is to become Tammy. Which is a shame, because the Tammy transformation is real cool, although maybe not something that you'd really be super interested in if you're playing as Samson right now. Alright. We're going to continue onwards here. Larry Jr. is who we want to be fighting against. Much easier for us to take out with Donkey's jawbone than Gemini was. And we picked up an extra HP, which could allow us to trade it right away for a deal with the devil. We get Soap. You know, Soap's not that amazing, but hey, it wouldn't be a Community Remix run if I didn't get Blood Oath. Especially with low HP, I think Blood Oath is fantastic. Probably shouldn't have taken that extra half... Well, I guess it doesn't matter because we're on a deal with the devil. So, yeah, we'll take it. Soap is what it is. It's not that good, but we'll take it anyway because it's Community Remixy. And I'm just psyched that I have Blood Oath. That extra damage is always so nice. Let's see if we can maybe get something, like more keys preferably out of that. No? Okay. We do have a use of 3 keys on this level. I doubt we'll be able to, so we may end up playing that slot machine and trying to get more. It's not a slot machine, it's a fortune teller, but for our purposes, we'll make it a slot machine for now. 6 cents could give us, you know, maybe if not a key, at least a trinket payout or something like that. Alright, there's our first item room. We'll probably open that up because we don't have enough money to make the shop worthwhile just yet. Oh, that's a new item, is it? Sticky Face. Mercor, I didn't even see. I have no idea what this could possibly be. Hopefully it's an item that isn't a tier effect, or if it is a tier effect, it still works with Donkey's jawbone, because it would be a shame to be like, I'm not going to play as Isaac for once, and then, you know, we get an item that only works as Isaac. Hey, 2 keys. That's actually awesome. Or not only works as Isaac, but doesn't work with Donkey's jawbone. You get what I mean. Some tier effects don't synergize like that, but yeah, I have no freaking idea what that could possibly be. We get Bucket of Lard, which is really going to make our HP better. This run is shaping up fantastically. Yes, by picking up Lard, it does make Blood Oath worse than it's ever been for us. At least worse than it's ever been over this episode. But still, I like that HP because we can trade that HP away, get the damage bonus back from Blood Oath, and maybe get an extra damage bonus from having the Mark or the Pact, etc., etc. Allow me to caffeinate as we head to a different part of the level here. Mercor Meiosis. Now, you would think, you know, I did go to school for biology. You'd think that maybe I would have some kind of idea here, but really I think this is more of a question for somebody who maybe has a background in Latin. Sticky Face. Maybe it just means sticky face. Sticky face is like you're ill. You know, maybe you've got snot pouring down your face. Maybe it's extra poison damage or something like that. And I mean, enemies seem to be exploding with like a green puddle underneath them. Is it possible that I'm divining something properly here? I guess the next time we'll likely be able to see is when we go up against a boss. Because we're pretty much killing enemies in 1 or 2 hits here. Even with Blood Oath's damage not really giving us a huge bonus anymore. Yeah, the enemies are definitely turning into poison when they get hit. Or being poisoned when they get hit. Doesn't look like we'll be able to make the shop worthwhile, so I think I'm just... you know what? We might if we open this golden chest, so let's try that out. We're dangerously close to getting enough money to make the shop worthwhile. I'm still on the fence about what this is, but I imagine it has something to do with poison of some sort. Oh, really? High Priestess. Well, it is what it is. It's actually an okay trade for a key. We could use that pill later, but we'll be smart now and just head down to the next floor. There is some money on one of these rooms that I'm missing, but it's poop and it's hidden behind a wall that I would need to explode, so I can't really do that without any bombs. So our only possible play there would have been to play the fortune teller, which could have worked, but at the same time would have been very tedious. So I feel like, I mean, that first floor went amazingly for me, but oh, come on. I tried to actually parry the incoming shot. All right, a little bit grandiose there for me, probably. That's okay. So hopefully find this boss room as soon as possible so that we can have a good chance to get a deal with the devil, trade some of our HP away, maybe for a Guppy's Paw, get a ton of Spirit Hearts, and then just coast on those and our super high damage for the rest of the game. Maybe it gives us poison. Oh, woo, okay, there we go. When we hit an enemy, we have a chance to poison all enemies on the room? Just like a super low percentage chance to poison all enemies on the room. That would be potentially amazing. And also kind of a cool and unexpected item. I don't know if that's new in the most recent update or if that's one that's been around for a while. It's a little weird, but I'm digging it right now. Great shots here from this piece of garbage. I hate this guy. There we go. Ruka, it's okay, buddy. You're not going to get poisoned, I promise. My cats are very vocal, as you might be able to tell. Alright, well, I mean, the D20 is what it is. We don't have a spacebar item, so we'll definitely be taking it. And we'll be using that to maybe, you know, if we get Pageant Boy, we'll re-roll the money from it. Ruka, do you want to go outside, buddy? Alright, you know, you're going to have to forgive me for a second here. Ruka. Go on, bud. Go be with Tomo. Go ahead. My apologies. They want in, they want out, they want in, they want out. Okay. Here we go. Hopefully that doesn't throw me off because I was in a pretty good position. It seems like, again, I'm not going to try to pronounce the item too much, hopefully, because it flashed on the screen too quickly for me to actually read it in time. Next time. Or maybe when I look it up in a post-mortem or something like that, I'll take a look. Shot speed upgrade, I'll take it. I mean, it's a health upgrade as well, which is the main reason I took it, but it's defined kind of by its shot speed upgradeness. So I figured we'd use High Priestess just to speed up the fight a little bit, because I really want to make sure that I don't lose my Spirit Hearts, or end up losing Red Heart damage, God forbid here. Maybe when you get hit, you have a small chance to poison enemies? There we go. Okay, so I didn't take Red Heart damage. We should have a good deal with the Devil chance, and it looks like we do. I could actually use that speed upgrade. This is really bad. I would love to take Common Cold, but I just can't. And Ouija board doesn't give us any value except raising our damage from, you know, losing HP from Blood Oath. So I think it's a bad pickup. But at the same time, I kind of, you know what? I'm gonna take Ouija board. It's the only one I can take. Why am I taking it? I want to keep the deal with the devil precedence if we're gonna keep Blood Oath, because I could leave that, but then it would give me a good chance to get deals with the angel, which is fine, except for the fact that I want deals with the devil because it synergizes so well with Blood Oath. So I understand that this is a bit of a weird play. I try to play a little bit weird in Community Remix just because it's different. I'm hoping we find an arcade here, by the way. That's why I'm not using D20 very liberally yet. But yeah, I try to play a little weird in Community Remix just because it's different and it affords me the opportunity to do that, which I don't necessarily get the chance to do that often in Vanilla Isaac. But yeah, I understand that this is probably a play that most people will consider strange and, you know, justifiably strange. It does give us a small bonus as well in damage, but it does cost us the HP. I mean, if you're gonna say that, like, hey, it was good to take the Ouija board because you got extra damage from Blood Oath, why would we ever pick up HP to begin with then? We could get the same benefit by just ignoring HP upgrades as they fall. I mean, the reason we do pick up HP upgrades is because we can trade them for something that gives us the damage from Blood Oath and something else. Like, you know, if we picked up the ability to fly, we got the damage from Blood Oath and the ability to fly. And we're not gonna die. We still have enough HP to, you know, stay alive. So, it's a bit of a weird argument to try to be making. But anyway, we're fine. It's a big floor here. I'm hoping that the arcade shows up. If the arcade doesn't show up, we have enough money that I could reroll like 9 or 6 cents or 3 cents even if we have to on the secret room. I'm gonna take this pill right away. Alright, that's fine. At least we know there's a full health pill for later. Seriously? Come on. Fine, we can do it this way. Abel, I'm gonna need you to fuck off, thank you. Alright, blue pill, puberty. I was blue and those 2 different shades of blue there. My mom's favorite book. Ooh. Now. Okay. That penny is potentially useful in the future. That was a really good shot by that guy right there. I'm starting to feel a little bit low on HP, which is probably good to be feeling considering I'm kind of low on HP. Temperance is great. This is what we want, especially if we find another arcade. Or just a second blood bank right out in the open there. So we're going to be looking to pick up some red hearts, and then we'll come back here. I don't know where we're going to get those red hearts. The red hearts that I vaunted so much. I vaunted them and I want them. There's half a red heart. We still need to find a shop as well, which could have greed in it, which could be a very useful reroll target. The more HP we have, though, the more rerolls we can get with the D20, or the more things we can reroll on the first reroll, if that makes sense. As of right now, we'd be able to go somewhat aggressively, but not nearly aggressively as I would actually like. So that might not be the most worthwhile reroll target for us. But we'll have to cross that bridge when we come to it. I can't believe that we haven't found the shop yet. That's the most surprising part of all of this for me. I'm digging this item, even if I don't understand it. I'm happy to have it. Anything that poisons enemies is okay in my book. Lost a little HP there, which is not surprising. Didn't realize you were a champion, though. Just another penny. So I'd say, you know, it's pretty fair to say that I haven't used the D20 very effectively on this floor. But there is a boss trap room. Okay, this changes everything. Now maybe we actually want to get hurt. But do we want to use this second temperance card when there's no arcade? We could save it for a later time. We'll see, I guess. Oh, that teleported us back to the deal with the devil, which we can't do anything about. It's a weird run right now. We're in a weird position. Let's see what our shop has. Okay, so I'm hoping that greed just gives us the easiest reroll pedestal of all time, basically. Come on now. Not reroll pedestal, sorry. He just gives us a bunch of money on the ground. So I should have probably left the penny that he made me drop on the ground. He gave us Steam Sale instead. Well, I guess we look for the secret room then. Hopefully this is HP in here. It's SQUEEZY, which is not HP, but it does give me Spirit Hearts, which allows me to maybe play a Blood Bank, but there's no red hearts on the ground, so we can't really play it that effectively. If I had taken a little bit less damage on this floor, we could have made something cool happen with these double Temperance cards. But even though it might seem like a bad play, I feel like the way that we should handle that was so bad, but at least we only lost half a Spirit Heart. The way that we should handle this Temperance card that we got is don't throw it away, use it to get like 2 for the price of 1 blood bank plays on a floor that actually has the arcade, or at least use it effectively when you have full HP, which we don't have right now. Alright, so we're going to be looking for our secret room here. We could go to the curse room as well. I don't love the idea, though. Lots of possible locations for the secret room, obviously. Unfortunately. Could use a lot of bombs here. And we only have 3 more. Well. Really? Like, I'm tempted to go to that curse room, but I don't think it's worth it. This floor it started out okay. I think it turned out a little poorer by the end of it. I really wish I could make something happen with these double temperance cards, but I don't think it's what we need right now. Alright, we did find the secret room. It's 3 cents. I feel like we have to re-roll them, and actually that turned out very nicely for us. We ended up snagging an HP upgrade out of it. If I had any more bombs, I would actually use our HP to use this double blood bankness right now. But instead, I'm just gonna run away with it. The problem is if I had more bombs, I could take that Eternal Heart later and play the blood banks now. But I would lose the Eternal Heart if I did that in our current state. I think it's important to keep these Spirit Hearts, which is why I'm not going to go to the Cursed Room. And a very interesting floor. The D20 basically gave us an HP upgrade, so I can't be too salty about that. And I guess there was enough HP that we could have made a decent play at the blood banks here, but whatever. We'll just ignore that fact and head down to the next floor. A bit of a botch on my part there. Depths Part 1 at least gives us... Seriously? At least gives us not an XL floor, which is the most important criteria for me right now. Because really getting another Deal with the Devil is super important. Preferably a Deal with the Devil that actually contains an item of some merit. Alright, so there's our key back for the one that the game stole from us. And that is stealing! I don't think there's any way to avoid using that key. Unless you're, like, not moving in a direction when you enter a room, which is just a bullshit thing to punish. It's unintentional, I'm pretty sure. Oh, that was incredibly poor play on my part, just walking into that. Lucky Toe. We have a trinket now. It's not the best trinket, but it's ours. That's bad. Our Spirit Hearts are pretty much gone. There we go. Our Spirit Hearts are gone, and now our Red Hearts are gone as well. This is a problem with me and Donkey's Jawbone. I wanted to, you know, reiterate that it's not Donkey's Jawbone, it's the way I use it. Man, I can't help but feel that Book of Shadows is a little bit better than the D20. People are going to be really mad at me for this, but I can use Book of Shadows much more effectively, I think. Especially with an item that, you know, you got to get close to deal damage to enemies, which is, I was going to transition to saying about that earlier. That's, you know, my problem with Donkey's Jawbone is that I'm so used to Mom's Knife that I get, like, right up in enemies' faces and expect them to die, and then when they don't die right away, it's bad for me. So we have 2 Temperance cards here. We can create our own double, oh man, he was fast. We can create our own double blood bank situation, which I think we would have to be stupid not to. So let's do that, especially with the Book of Shadows charge built up. So we'll do that. That, and we shouldn't necessarily pick up all this money. We already have the Steam sale. If we can actually re-roll it with the D20, we can get some use out of it on this floor. Do we have a charge on our D20? Obviously, I want the speed plus HP upgrades as well. It sucks so bad that we're probably not going to get a Deal with the Devil on this floor. But anyway, how close are we to a full D20 charge? Halfway there. Alright, let's get another D20 charge just ready, and then we'll use our Book of Shadows charges to play the Blood Bank more. Because we can get crazy good payouts here that would make us, like, good on consumables for the rest of the game, basically. And of course, we still have a shop remaining and more than enough money to do whatever it is they might want. Let's try not to die in the process here. Like, that's something that is inadvisable. For 1 bomb, we can pick up, like, 4 bombs. So I will be in the market to do that. Just wanted to kill that green nub. He's the guy I'm, you know, most likely to surprise me and do some incredible damage. This is our shop, which is important. Mob trap room, less so, but sometimes can be a game changer. The Chariot, that's actually really great as well. We'll buy a Spirit Heart here. Could have saved it for the end, but that's fine. Oh, I didn't even see this beggar in here. Oh, this is a beggar you can donate to. And in donating, it'll unlock things in the future, I think. Kind of like the way it's supposed to work in Rebirth. Supposedly. Now, we're at our D20 charge now. So I think one thing we're going to do... We could get another Book of Shadows charge, which is... I didn't mean to get that. But we can get another Book of Shadows charge, which is why I'm not going to, you know, reroll everything right now. Good. Just get a little bit more money paid out there. If we had money equals power, it would be a different story. I would probably, you know, be picking this money up and getting crazy amounts of damage as a result. But instead, I'm going to try to get our Book of Shadows charge back up. We could use it against the boss, but I think it makes more sense to try to snag 2 full HP and speed upgrades out of it. Yeah. That's all there is to say about that, I suppose. And this could be the most effective use of our D20, which is, you know, obviously very nice. So there is a small chance we can still get a deal with the devil, which is very important for the way that I've built the strategy on this run. The way that we would do it is not taking red heart damage against the boss. Is that something I consider likely? Not necessarily, but Loki's a relatively easy one. I wish that Donkey's Jawbone charged range a little faster. I mean, it's not Donkey's Jawbone's fault. It's the same for, like, all melee items. But it is freaking annoying as well. Come on, dude. Work with me here. You just respawn in exactly the same position. And we haven't taken any damage at all, so if we were gonna have our chance, this is it right here. Come on. Thank you, Poison. Alright, so we got meat. I expected this is pretty much how it would work out for us. We have Spirit Hearts to protect our deal with the devil interests on the next floor. Let's be honest, it's pretty unlikely that those are going to work out, but we are building a winnable run here. It might not be a... it might be a likely win, or it might not be. I'm not totally sure yet. We got a long way to go before we figure that out. And we can go even without Book of Shadows, which we should have, but even without it, if there's just nothing in this room, we have a lot of HP with which to do great things on this blood bank. But I really would just love them both to pay out right away, like so. Well, that's a good start. And that's pretty much, you know, what I would have expected. So we're just going to use IV Bag very, very quickly. And, yeah, there's no way to get around that one. And then we'll re-roll all of this with the D20. I know we could lose more HP and re-roll more with the with IV Bag. I don't think it's worth it. Let's just count our blessings as they are. There's already going to be like 30 new items in here. We're going to have to sift through them and sift through them and try not to get the tick anyway, so I guess getting the tick doesn't matter so much in Remix. All right, back off for a second. See what we got here. Liberty Cap. More keys. An Eternal Heart. Left hand. Start picking up the stuff on the ground that, you know, you can't do anything else with. The Chariot card. We'll use that right away because I was going to take damage. Got 3 keys. I think I opened another chest there, which I didn't mean to do. Half Spirit Heart. No, I didn't. But I'm going to open this one now. And that gives us another Spirit Heart. Alright, of all of these trinkets, what do I want to take? Well, we want Book of Shadows. Do we know what the pill does? Well, we do now. It's another HP. Left hand is pretty good. Ace of Spades is pretty good. I'm going to take left hand. And we've got Book of Shadows. Now we can probably afford to do this. It's a bit of a risk to open this because we might not have enough keys for the next floor. But hey, I think it's alright. Alright, so our damage is going to be pretty impotent based on the fact that we did pick up so much more HP. And we're going to have even more on the next floor, so we might as well get used to it. I don't think Blood Oath ever backfires, though. Like, if you have a certain amount of HP, does Blood Oath ever give you, like, a penalty? It's like, you shouldn't have picked me up. You have too much HP. I'm gonna make your damage, like, worthless. There has to be, like, some kind of equilibrium point, or a tipping point, more accurately, where you would rather have less HP. We might be at that point, or we might be approaching it, but of course, I'm always thinking, you know, what if a Guppy's Paw shows up? Which, in a way, that's why I'm gonna go to the curse room right now, is why I took the left hand. Increased chance of something like Guppy's Paw showing up. If Guppy's Paw shows up, we're gonna have insane damage and an incredible amount of Spirit Hearts. Alright, that didn't really work out. Ooh, careful there. Could have sacrificed, you know, another half Spirit Heart and gone into that secret room, but let's just use a bomb to do it. Oh, we've already been in it. How did I not know that? Was there a beggar or something in there that I didn't notice? It says there's a slot machine in there. Whatever, you know what? I'm not gonna twist my brain over it. Let's head down to the next floor. So Depths Part 1, I would say, went really well. Since we don't have rerolls anyway, we will just, you know, do the obvious thing. Pick up the item that's in there because it's half decent. We picked up a Spirit Heart as well. And why not get the Tarot card? It's the Hermit. Does give us a deal with the devil chance on this floor. That's good. It's not going to save us a key, but you can't always get what you want in this life, I guess. Now, oh my god. Okay, thank God for that extra spirit heart. Just randomly. Exceptionally good luck. You know what, Abel? Why don't you finish the job here? I don't give you enough credit sometimes. There you go. Thank you very much. I found pills. I'm just going to take it so we don't have to cross it all the time. Could go to the curse room. I think I'm going to save that for after the boss fight, just to give myself those extra deal with the devil chances. I love this item, even though I don't fully understand it. Guppy's tail. It's a start. It doesn't make us any more likely to get Guppy items in the future, but it doesn't really make us any less likely to get Guppy items. I guess on a mathematical level, it makes it slightly more likely for us to get another Guppy item because we already took one item out of the road. Nah, it doesn't really make any damn sense. Ignore me. Health up. Boom. Don't Zelda that. That would cause damage. Found our second secret room by accident, and it is an Eternal Heart. I'm gonna pick it up, knowing full well that there is a chance that there's an arcade on this floor, and I would rather not have picked it up, but I'm not gonna sweat that too much. Again, because our HP is already good, and because we might prefer our HP to be worse than it actually is right now. Okay, what is that? The Jawbreaker. I think it makes once every few shots, like randomly, into Tough Love, like the tooth shots. That would be my guess. I think I might have read that in an item description somewhere. With Mom's Purse, you know, there's no reason not to take it right now. So our damage is not that incredible, but at the same time, you know, with regular Mom, we're in a pretty comfortable position here. Just trying to make sure we crowd control effectively. That was bad. And I could use Book of Shadows here, don't get me wrong. I'm kind of tempted to save it for maybe an arcade or something, though, instead. Has Mom been reworked? Doing a lot of those fist moves. Seems like less of the foot stuff. Not to get all Tarantino about it. Alright, we're nearly done here. That was very close. Foot stuff. Oh, come on. Alright, well, we did get the Polaroid, which I think is going to be... Oh, it's an item, right? It's not a trinket anymore. Duh. So I say we check right away and see if we have a deal with the devil. If we do, that will strongly impact the choices that I'm going to make in the future. I'm not sure if we like lost our spirit heart and then lost red hearts from this point onward, if that would actually impact our deal with the devil chances, or if it's kind of set after the boss, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, it appears that we have not gotten a deal with the devil. You know what? I'm not too worried about that, and alongside of that, I'm actually going to maybe not be too worried about this Eternal Heart. We already have so much HP that I feel like if we lose it, I'm not going to sweat it that much. I thought it was more important to check the cursed room out early, maybe become Guppy, or at least get Guppy's Paw. Again, that's the item that wins us the game at this point. Not to say it's the only item that can win us the game, but single-handedly Guppy's Paw, well, single-handedly now, Guppy's Paw can put us over the edge, without a doubt. Empress card is acceptable. Good to take with us for the future. Maybe not my favorite tarot card in the game. You know what? I had a bad feeling that I was going to take damage on this room. As much as I might act like I don't value that Eternal Heart, if we can save it, why not, right? Maybe we can do something with it on the future. Or in the future. On the future. Turns out I've forgotten how to speak English. Spending this much time on the internet every day does have the ability to do that to you. Can be... Oh, there goes our Eternal Heart. Can be such a good tool for, you know, enriching the mind, and also a pretty effective way of destroying it. But these are definitely intellectually enriching videos. What I should start doing is like a Snapple like fact of the day in every Isaac episode to justify that it has some kind of like educational impact. For example, did you know on this day 75 years ago, Macaulay Culkin was born? Star of Home Alone. It's true. Don't even look it up. You don't have to. Don't you trust me? Why the fuck don't you trust me? Why would I stand there? Got a death wish or something. Charles Bronson. We can't really do too much with that right now. Alright, so we'll keep moving along here. I think there's a decent chance we come across an arcade. If we do, obviously you have a pretty strong inkling of what I'm going to try to accomplish there, especially with Book of Shadows. And a decent amount of HP. Not that I, again, really desire the blood bag that much, but at the same time, we know that it's going to pay out with the blood bag eventually. And we have a pretty strong inkling that with our current set of items, we can make eventually happen. That would be a great slogan for like a long-term risk management consultancy or something. we make eventually happen. Now, I don't know what that E key does. I have no idea what that E key does. I think it might just be a golden key, and maybe that's just some reference that I don't understand. In any case, I'm not picking it up because it's going to require us to lose HP, and we've already pretty much used, or opened all the locks on this floor, unless there's a library, but if there's a library, I don't really care, to be honest with you. There is no library. There's no arcade either. That's going to be the end of this floor. And it didn't necessarily go as amazingly as I would have hoped, but that's okay. We get a Spirit Heart to protect our interests for the next deal with the devil. We had to go through with it. It does suck that it didn't pay out with anything at all. Even like 2 Spirit Hearts would have been so nice. Instead, we just kind of got pooped on, but hey, some people are into that. Careful. Careful. Stop jumping! I need a period in which none of you are jumping. And without a map and a compass, the next floor could be long. But with 1 Spirit Heart, there's a small chance we can get that deal with the devil we so desire. Man, it is going to take forever for us to kill Isaac and Blue Baby. Unless we do get one of those guppy items. Alright, I'll bite. What the fuck are these? These are white neutral flies with halos around them. My guess is that when they die, something happens. But what is that something? When they die, maybe they drop some HP? Well, I have them. Maybe they give me a stat bonus, because that does look like the halo. This is a good episode. This is a good community remixy episode where I don't necessarily know 100% of what's going on, and I like it. You know what? With the Polaroid, I'm going to keep our half-heart interval. It seems smart. Down to the next floor. Alright, Utero 1. Let's do this, flies. They've sought out some enemies. They didn't really do too much there. Maybe they're better at, like, blocking shots than they are at actually dishing out damage. I'm really digging this, like, chance to do poison damage to enemies thing. Seems kind of useful. Unreliable. Useful nonetheless. Yeah, so every key that we get, we got one on that last room. Every key that we get is kind of precious here. Book of Shadows has a really low cooldown. We should be using it as often as we feel that we're threatened. I don't really feel threatened on this room, but I'm kind of saving my hand on the spacebar here, just in case, you know, we do feel threatened in the future. Look at that poison damage, man. Killed like 3 free Silkworms there. Also gained us an extra half Spirit Heart, which I did take in spite of the fact that it did ruin our half-heart interval with red hearts. Because I figured having 1 extra hit to maybe give us a deal with the devil is a much better value proposition. Now, having not gotten a deal with the devil on the last floor, should have a very real chance to get one on this floor if we don't get hit. Very much. Oh, come on. Okay, you know what? We're going to pop the Empress card here. This guy's not letting me out. I'm not happy about that. Alright, don't get hit again. Seriously? I really pulled out all the stops there. The reason I used the Empress card, of course, was just to give ourselves, like, the fastest way to kill him and not take red heart damage, but instead I still took red heart damage, and we didn't get a deal with the devil. Or, sorry, I didn't take red heart damage, but we still didn't get a deal with the devil, so I really wish that I'd saved that Empress card, but I used it in kind of a moment of panic, and I don't really regret it. I would have probably done that, you know, every time if you'd asked me to, or if you'd given me the opportunity to, I should say. So, it looks like Blood Oath is not going to be helping us out a whole ton of a lot here. Oh, this is your textbook, Book of Shadows room. Triple Gertie J. I also believe that in the new version of Community Remix, you can't do what I've been doing. Let's put it that way. You know how I've been like going to Shoal instead of the Cathedral? I think you actually have to do the Cathedral in addition to Shoal. So I think you go like Mom's Heart, Shoal, Cathedral, finish the game. All right, we're 2/3 of the. Oh, maybe the flies have just been changed, or maybe this is a different kind of fly. Yeah, that's 2/3 of the way to becoming Guppy. If we get Guppy with Guppy's Paw, or even 9 lives, although that's a little bit more of a suspicious or dubious kind of payout for us here, we have a very, very good chance of winning. I think we still have a pretty good chance of winning. We're not quite there yet, but we could be in the future. Oh man, those poison bombs. Well, that poison bomb, I should say. It didn't quite go off when I wanted it to. And a little bit of a misplay on my part, but it's not like we're trying to protect ourselves for a deal with the devil here or anything like that. Permanent bombs means back off because those enemies fire laser bullets, which can be a little too close for comfort sometimes. Should have used a Book of Shadows, but on a room like this, it's kind of hard to figure out when you should use Book of Shadows. At least I think it is. There's a number of different opportunities. So let's try to go to Shoal. I hope you don't have to do Shoal in addition to the cathedral if you go to Shoal. Like, if you go to the cathedral, you just skip Shoal. I don't think that's the case, but, you know, I've been wrong before. We did find our second secret room. That red chest gave me a lot of hope and then took it away pretty quickly. Again, I don't really care. If we lose this Eternal Heart, it's good but bad. Or bad but good. I think we're pretty much at that threshold that I talked about earlier where I feel like it's probably pretty much equivalent to have 1 HP to have extra damage. Or, sorry, it's pretty much equivalent to in both directions. So, like, having the extra HP is worth about as much as losing the damage. So, I don't really mind it either way. Mind you, I'm basing that entirely on just, like, how I feel right now. It's not based on any data. So, I might be talking out of my ass. Well, I am talking out of my ass, but I might be wrong. The talking out of my ass is guaranteed. Oh, man, this is a bit of a tricky room. You know, Shoal is not a cakewalk on every run. One of those floors where typically the rooms are harder than the actual boss. Yeah, you got in the tunnel. It's a bad place to be. You're gonna die, baby. That was really terrible on my part. Lost our spirit heart. I think we should have a very good chance to beat Satan. I worry about our chances of... Oh, that was bad. I worry about our chances of beating Isaac and Blue Baby. That was a sweet chain reaction, though. No invincibility. I'll go with it. If we can go straight to the chest after this, that would be great. I don't know if that's the case, though. And I'm going to be using bombs quite liberally. Yes! Okay, they both got close enough to get hit by that poison bomb. Now, I definitely have enough speed to get away from them. But normally, you know, you'd want to be killing the Fallen a little bit faster than this. Yeah, that was bad. If you're gonna, you know, make a play for the win here. Oh, that was very close. Like, you can see how much damage Donkey's Jawbone is doing. It's especially problematic because I have to get super close to actually even hit. Yeah, that creates an issue for me here. I have to dodge like 30 shots just to be able to hit effectively. So I think what we end up doing is pretty much what we're doing right now. We do an awful lot of, you know, dodging over the center. Oh, I thought he would do the mouth laser. There's mouth laser and hand laser. Oh, really? Don't die against Satan. That would just be sad. The whole reason I came here is because it's supposed to be easier. If you die against the feet, at least, you know, you put up a good enough fight to get to the feet. Oh, yep. I'm an idiot. I dodged right into it. It was a fun run nonetheless. I think I just screwed myself by getting 1 too few deals with the devil. Blood Oath was still great. I don't mind the Ouija board pickup. It's not like we were short on health in the end, but just a little bit of a botch. But thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.